Okay, we're gonna nerd out on camping cook stove stuff. So if that's not your thing, skip me until tomorrow. So this is my year-round kit. Doesn't change. So these are the dog's bowls. Need a lighter. This does change for ITI, but this is my coffee cup for year-round camping, hiking. Bowl. So this is for breakfast and potatoes. Everything else I do freeze-dried or uncook. And so this all stacks with the lid and goes in this, which is the hold kit, and also the hot mitt to grab the handles. When they're hot, you cook like this, and these get hot if you cook over high flame. So you can use this to not burn yourself, to dump, etc. Okay, part 2 coming up. So part 2 to this kit is the summer kit, which is a canister stove. So this is gas that you cook with. And this is the cook stove. So this unfolds into a little tripod. It connects to the gas directly, just like your burner at home, and creates a flame there. Now, this only works down to a certain temperature. If it's a full canister, you can get it to work if you cheat it, like in single-digit temps. But they say they're not reliable below 22 Fahrenheit. I think it's more like 10 or 11 Fahrenheit, depending on conditions, depending on how full it is. But the reason is because as it gets colder, the gas condenses and settles at the bottom and the flame sputters out. So you can imagine as it gets emptier, that happens sooner and sooner until it happens even with a full canister. So canisters cannot be used for true winter conditions, which is why we're about to upgrade to our winter setup. And here's why that is sad, because instead of this, you have this. This is clearly a lot bigger. It holds liquid fuel. Now that's a lot cheaper because you have to buy a new one of these each time, but these you buy refill cans. You can buy a bunch of different brands. This is the REI brand. And so you fill this with liquid gas. And then the stove, again, a lot bigger. Mine needs to be cleaned horribly. Which I'm about to do, which is why I have it out. But this takes the liquid, you preheat this so that this coil heats up, and then the liquid converts to gas right at the source. So even in really cold temperatures, it will still create gas to burn. Now, the way that you can do that is to pressurize the liquid so that it injects. And the cap of this, which I probably can't put on with one hand, so hold on, I'll pause. So the cap of this is actually this pump that screws on, and then you can pump it up. I didn't screw it on, but you can imagine. You can pump it up to pressurize it, and then you attach it to this long coil by sticking that into there. And then this, you pump it up to pressurize. You pump it more when it's cold and as it empties, and it makes it so that the fuel will inject and turn to gas even in super cold conditions. And this pump, they sell 2. Oh, can't open it. Come on, buddy. There we go. And so this one with the blue thing is the winter pump, and I'll show you why as soon as I restart the video, because I am not ambidextrous. So this thing is why, because on a normal Whisper Light, MSR Whisper Light stove, this is rubber. And so in really cold weather, it shrinks and freezes and cracks. And this one is leather, but this one is also jacked. You can see it's got that weird divot. And that's why my stove was malfunctioning on me for ITI 2024, is that this leather thing needed to be replaced. So we are replacing it now. We have 2, so we can train with it. And then we'll also have a spare we can switch to right before the race starts. So this is going to be my new stove setup starting next weekend's trip. And also this requires a base and a windshield. So I've just added probably 1 pound to my base weight, maybe more. That's the whole point of training. Okay, bye.